escaping from Mosul, which is an occupied city, is very, very hard. On the one hand, of course, you have the civilians who want to get out. It's difficult because ISIS has closed the city. They can only go out if they have a permit, and the permit you only get if you leave behind your property, your car, your everything, and probably also you have to leave someone behind who is your guarantor. If you don't come back within the time, and it's usually about 2 weeks, then your property will be confiscated, the person that is your guarantor will go to jail. So getting out for normal people now involves smugglers, and it involves, of course, big money. But the smugglers, it does work, they do still get people out. Now, part of that smuggling network is also used to get Yazidi girls out. In the beginning, after they were kidnapped in August 2014, the girls would get out mostly on their own. They would escape, a door was open, they found a key, they jumped from a window. I know a woman who jumped 2 floors. She still did it. Then they would go to someone that they thought, they hoped they could trust. Of course, a lot of girls then they were caught again and had to go back. But those that escaped usually were able to go through people that they could trust, and eventually ended up with mostly the Peshmerga forces, the Kurdish forces. Now, if people get out, it is mostly because through a network of people who do not want to work with ISIS, who need the money for whatever reason, they are working with so-called liberators, mostly Yazidis, mostly people who just do this from their own heart, from the fact that they have a network like that. And the girls are then mostly found because ISIS nowadays sells them on their own internet, on intranet. There's a picture of the girl, and that gets to their family by the way of the network. And then the family says, yes, we should get her out. And there is contact somehow or another. And eventually the network works. The girl is told to leave, helped to leave, and will go. Nowadays, the road is a more difficult one. It's the smuggle route, which goes usually across the Turkish border, through Turkey into Iraqi Kurdistan. By that way, people get out, but it's a very difficult and very expensive route. Prices going up, and of course it's still risky, because even though the women will be dressed in a burqa, and inside ISIS the guards are not allowed to check women if they are really who they say they are, still it is dangerous. So the process is happening, but the women that are getting out nowadays are less than before, because 2 important people in the network were recently killed, found out and killed, executed in Mosul. So how long this way is going to be a way that can be used is a big question mark. A lot of people are profiting inside ISIS. I guess that the fact that it pays will keep it going, and let's hope, because that is the way people still get out.